if you go to the west, the drumming would be much slower. If you come to Counters' camp, I spoke to one brethren like Yellow Man, and him say, it is a signature style. See, music is 4 beats to the bar. So the influence of the horns, Johnny Moore, Tommy McCook, Roland Alfonso, at one time Jackie Mitu and keyboards. It was, what happened is that Counters' drumming becomes more musical. So the beat would be a bit faster in terms of tempo. So in other words, instead of making it one borough beat, you now have more than one beat, which is Mystic Revelation of Rastafari, of a signature type influence, which is a little faster drumming, a little faster chanting. Because what happens is that we tour and we be on stage, so it's more a concert type drumming than a backyard drumming. That's my input in terms of the difference. The Nyabingi backyard drumming could go on forever with the heartbeat. But on a commercial level, Counters' drumming would be more on a up-tempo beat. So that is where the influence of the Kumina, because there is sounds from the drum that are straight Kumina sound. Let me just illustrate something to you. We'd be like, that type of fast beat you would never hear on certain camp. On certain camp you would hear. The influence of the Kumina would go. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a total different thing from, when it's more commercial, then you can have that type of up-tempo beat. When it's more churchical, as my father and his brethren would say, it's more churchical, So you hear the singing and it's wailing. But for the horns, it would be more comfortable on an up-tempo beat. So that's where you get that from, And that's the up-tempo beat was created slowly by Counters. If you listen a song like Oh Carolina, which is one of Counters' most famous songs, you will hear that up-tempo, that dancing beat. But if you listen to a Groundation album, you will hear a 1-2, because Groundation means grounding the nation. Because as Brother Sam Clayton would say, you have a live wire, and when you have a grounded wire, you won't get shocked. That is what is missing from our culture today. The grounded wire. That's why so much people get shocked. Them lose them culture. Them lose the whole aspect of love. And so they are just out there running around like chicken with them head chop off. Because if you don't know where you're coming from, you can't know where you're going. You know? So the wise it's a word from the wise. You have to know where you're coming from in order to know where you're going. Rastafari is that binding message that keep the faith and keep the hope of many. Because if we never have Rastafari, you know, we as a rebellious nation would have been far more rebellious. But based on the fact that we know that I am my brother's keeper, that alone keep me from hurting others. Because I believe the drumming is in our DNA. The drumming, we came here with some of us not even close the dip on our back. But now you have brethren like myself and many others that plays the drum with the mastery of any African that is born in Africa. You know, some brethren even make the drums. You know, there's no way you can inherit something. It is inborn. You know, certain things you don't inherit. It's inborn. It's in our DNA to play the drums the way we play the drums. Whether it be Kumina, Nyabingi, or any other spiritual aspect of the drums. You have Dinky Mini, you have so many other different aspects of the drum that is played. But it's all rooted from a strain in Africa, whether it be West Africa, East Africa, or Central Africa.